Put down a little bit of oil here. Like 450, we're gonna put down our steak. Oh, good morning. Let's make some hibachi. So what I'm gonna try to do here is kind of talk through it, which I haven't really done before because there's a lot of moving parts. And this is a little more complicated hibachi. It's not like my easy hibachi video, which I'll put up there right now. And I always get flustered during this, so I figured I'd just put it out there, see if anybody has tips, better ways for me to do my hibachi. So this is like 450. I'm not gonna move the camera for temps. You're just gonna take my word for it. I'm gonna put this chicken over here where it's not quite as hot. Probably like 425. And I didn't do a good job of cutting these pieces, but this is 1.5 pounds of chicken breast that I sliced. It's not butterfly. Get down there. I don't know if I sliced it all the way through in half, just to make them thinner, because, and then I got some 2 little nubs left over. Put my spatula down so it doesn't get that chicken juice off of it. So I just sliced them in half just because I just want to make them thinner so that there's more surface area and they cook all the way through. Okay, I didn't want them to have that thick end on the very end that didn't cook through. Then we got my steak here. We're gonna do our rice right here and then our veggies last. I'm gonna do the meat whole first this time. A lot of times when I'm doing it easier, I cut it up. I'm really not sure if I like it better whole or cut up. I don't know which one's easier, because if you cut it up, then you gotta keep flipping it, but then when you're done, you're done. If you do it whole, then at some point you gotta cut it up. So I got a knife out here and my cutting board, and I'll cut it up after it's done. So let's go ahead and let these cook for a little bit, and then kind of gonna go ahead and put my rice down right here and get that started to kind of get things going. We got steak, chicken, shrimp. Shrimp will go down last. All sorts of veggies. It's gonna be really good. All right, this spot for the rice is, well, it's a little higher than I wanted to. It's about 450, 430, 420. Okay, that's okay. I was shooting for about 400, but I'm gonna spritz it with some avocado oil. This is jasmine rice I cooked the night before. I'll put my rice video at the end as well of how I cook rice. Laid it out on a sheet tray. It's about 2 cups of raw rice. That should give me close to 6 or so cups of cooked rice. Not quite sure exactly, but it was 2 cups of raw rice. I do a parchment paper lined sheet tray so that it comes off. I also put oil on the parchment paper. Oh, that's the best one I've done yet. My salt and pepper. I'm pretty much gonna salt and pepper and then use this Land O'Lakes like garlic herb butter spread. It's not butter, it's a butter spread. And this is just salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm gonna do that to the veggies, the rice, to everything. You could do it to your meat as well, just salt, pepper, if that's all you want. I use Montreal steak seasoning, Montreal chicken seasoning, just because I had it. So, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to go crazy with a favorite steak or chicken seasoning, I just used those 2 because that's what I had. So we'll let it cook for a little bit. Again, make sure this spatula gets nice and hot since it was touching the chicken, and it's just gonna burn everything off. I know it was raw chicken, but it's a hot spatula once it touches a 400-degree griddle, so we should be good. Give the rice a nice chop up. We'll see. Pull the meat off, put the veggies down while the meat rests, and then when the veggies are done, I'll cut the meat, put it back on for a little bit, put the shrimp on. That only takes like 90 seconds, and just kind of finish searing the meat a little bit after I cut it when all the veggies and everything else is done. But we also got some sauces for the rice and whatnot, so we'll get it all done here. Just a second. Let's take a look at our meat here. Some little pieces of chicken. I put them in the front. They're doing okay. Not quite. Doesn't look bad. We'll just give it a little longer though. Keep working on our rice here. So, we're gonna use soy sauce. And then, like I said, salt and pepper. The soy sauce is really for color, usually about 2 tablespoons is what I use, and I'll have a full recipe in the description. I don't really measure it anymore. And as I say that, I'm holding sesame oil. This is soy sauce. This is sesame oil. Sesame oil is at the end as a finishing oil to give it that flavor. Soy sauce is for color. So let's go ahead and put that on here. So I heard a hibachi chef in one of his videos say soy sauce for color, salt and pepper for flavor. So that's just kind of how I do it. I just kind of do a little bit of soy sauce to hopefully get it that brown color. And then I just kind of eyeball it out. But like I said, it's 2 tablespoons usually. Be careful, bud. This is hot. Very hot, buddy. It's very hot. Let's go ahead and flip our chicken.
Are these all the same amount?
Yep. And then also, my griddle gets hotter here. That's a good question, buddy. So that's why I put the steak here, because this left side just seems to always be hotter than the other side. So the steak over, got a pretty good crust going there. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to cook the rice and stuff in the veggies and some of the drippings from the meat, but not all of them. These are really thin, so I'm going to go ahead and check it with my thermometer. This is my 2-in-1 from ThermoPro, which I really like because it gives me the surface temperature of the griddle, and then it has a probe to do like the chicken to make sure I don't overcook that. 155, that's done. Usually we go to 165. We're going to cut it and put it back on there, so I'm not concerned. Same with this one. Okay, let's go ahead and get this nice and hot. It's at like 160. There we go. All right, now let's see what our steak is. It's saying about 130, so I'm going to take that off because it's about medium rare, and we're still going to cook it some more, like I said. So go ahead and put the little pieces of chicken over there. Then I'm going to kind of hit all this leftover like drippings with some oil while I then put down my zucchini. Then my onions. And then I have mushrooms here, but we'll wait a second on the mushrooms. Let's get this last piece of chicken off. 155, okay, we're good. Okay. Yep, we're gonna put them back on there, bud. Yep, we're gonna put the chicken back on there. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our salt and pepper out. And then we're gonna get our butter out. And I need to flip this rice probably because it's been just kind of sitting for a while. Yeah. Nice and crispy. Okay, I'm gonna cut this burner off right here to let the rice kind of sit, and I'm gonna start doing my eggs inside the rice here. So let's go ahead and get this kind of garlic herb spread is what it is. And I'm just gonna plop it down in the onions and in the zucchini and a little bit in the rice. Save some for the meat. And let's just give everybody a mix here. Make sure it gets all mixed in. You can make your own garlic herb butter if you want, but this is a spread, so there's probably oil and stuff in it. So, you know, it's not as good as butter, but man, is it convenient to have for this type of situation when there's so many ingredients in your hibachi. You just throw that down there, adds plenty of flavor, and it's really nice. Or you just use butter and fresh garlic if you want to prep all that up. But I like to use that, kind of cheat a little bit. Got myself plenty of prep already, that's for sure. All right, this one, we're gonna make room and move the rice over because I'm gonna put my cutting board right here. That's right where it sits at. Woo! Man, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this kind of as a prep type thing for later in the week, or probably later in the day. I'll probably eat some hibachi for breakfast. Who am I lying to here? I mean, this is, but still, it's kind of prep. And It's already hot. It has been so humid in Ohio. I don't know what it's like by you guys, but it is hot. So I'm gonna probably turn both of these off now because I feel like I got plenty of residual heat. Bring in the mushrooms because they cook a little quicker. So that's why they're going down last. Put them right here. And then let's go ahead, do a little more oil right here. Yeah.
The smoke is going on the mushroom.
Good thing. Yeah, the smoke is going on there. We're gonna put our eggs right in here. Could have scrambled ahead of time. I did not. Ayo. 2. 3. So, for example, this will fit right back like here. All right, so we'll hit this up with salt and pepper for the eggs. Then scramble them. Yeah, good one. Try to let them cook up. So someone said if you mix all the eggs in with the rice before they cook, that it'll be too eggy, which I've done that a lot and I haven't noticed. I don't know, let me know if it's something you've noticed, but I usually just mix it now, but I'm gonna try it different because someone's like, oh, you should let the eggs cook up all the way or it'll be too eggy. I know at a Japanese steakhouse, they cook the eggs like first separately, they're all by themselves, but you know, I usually just put them in there, and then right now I would usually just mix it all up, to be honest with you. Mushrooms need the garlic butter spread, and the mushrooms need some salt and pepper. So I put basically that spread and salt and pepper on all the veggies, the rice, everything. I would put it on the meat, but I used the other seasonings, or else I would have used the same thing, salt and pepper and the garlic spread. Once I cut the meat, I'll probably put it on there again, so. Kind of keep tossing, cutting any mushrooms that look too big to me. These veggies, I like to do them like towards the end here, and hopefully they don't get too well done, because I've had that's been a thing for me a lot, where I get too much on here, and then the veggies get like too well done before everything else, and then it's just like, they're mushy. And I don't like mushy zucchini. I mean, mushrooms are already mushy, but I also don't want to cook my onions down too much. That's just a personal preference thing, so. That's why I've been doing the meat first. Sometimes when I do it this way, and just trying to not get them too mushy, because I've done that before. All right, the eggs look like they're cooked to me. So now, what I'm gonna do is move all the veggies down here, spread them out thin. Hopefully they keep cooking, especially these mushrooms since they went down later. Actually, you know what? I got more heat up top. We're gonna move the veggies up towards the top. Again, I feel like I don't have a system. Like, I feel like this changes on the fly each time. So, get my sesame oil for the rice. This is about a tablespoon or 2. Again, full recipe in the description. And then let's go ahead and mix this egg and sesame oil into this rice. And then we'll cut the meat. Make sure it's where we want it. Maybe add a little bit of the butter to that, and then kind of finish everything off here. Mix the rice. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, the rice looks good. Clear some spots here. Now I'm kind of down to just this one burner on. Everything's off. This one's off. These 2 are off. Go ahead and take a look at this steak, see if you guys can see it over here. Yeah. Kind of want to cut, yeah, we'll just do some strips. Okay. I'd say that is a medium. Not perfect. Good for me though. Cut this chicken in half. I'm going to kind of dice the chicken. Throw it back on the griddle, and then I'm going to add some of that garlic spread to the chicken. For the steak, I'm just going to put this garlic on top. I don't even think I'm going to put it back on the griddle because I don't want to cook it anymore. Just like that. For the chicken, we're going to hit that up right here with some of it. Toss it all together. Let it just sit right there. And all we got left right up front, and the one burner that's on, I always do my shrimp last. Put down whatever I got left of this garlic buttery spread. Who knows what they put in that. There goes just 6 shrimp is all I did. I didn't do a ton of them because we're not going to eat a ton. Put them down in the garlic spread. Hit them up with a little salt, pepper. You know, I can even hit them with some soy sauce for some color. You could hit all your meat with some soy sauce if you wanted to. A little color, a little flavor, nothing wrong with that. Bing, bang, boom, yada, yada, yada. The steak, I just really like where it's at though, so I'm just gonna leave it. We can flip this shrimp. Okay, I'm gonna start plating this while the shrimp finishes, and then we'll be good to go. I'll top it with some green onions and we're good to go. There it is, there's my hibachi on the Blackstone. There's some good videos on your screen if you wanna check those out. Thanks for watching, keep on griddling.